Welcome to the show. I'm Samuel Sadler. I have Cary Donham here to answer some questions for us. How are you
Thanks
doing,
for
Cary?
having me, Sam.
Appreciate you being here. We've had a few questions come in about hard money loans. So, we have a good relationship with you. You have a very good reputation in the marketplace. Wanted to bring you in and see if you can school all of our boys and girls at home, if you would, about hard money loans.
Okay.
They have questions about how long they take and really about the full entire process that they have to go through for the hard money loan.
Let's first talk about what is a hard money loan. A hard money loan is really nothing more than interim financing to get you, or I should say to get the property ready into a position where you can put permanent financing on it. Now, typically as an investor, you're going to go out there and buy property well below market, right? That's where you get your cash flow, your best cash flow, and your best equity capture for that unrealized capital gain when you sell the house. Well, to buy those houses discounted, many times those houses are in disrepair. They need a lot of quite extensive repair in most cases, 15, 20, 25,000. So that house is not going to qualify for a conventional loan, or otherwise you could go put a conventional loan on it. And even if that was the case, a conventional loan might not be the best choice for the borrower simply because of the 20% down payment. So we do help the borrowers analyze to see which way makes better sense on each transaction.
Okay.
So the hard money loan is really just an interim loan, bridge loan. I should be calling it easy money because it really is the easiest money. It's really more of an asset-based loan. So if a borrower comes to us and says, hey, I've got a property here, the ARV is 100, I'm buying it at 60, I'm going to put 15,000 into it. I'll say, okay, let's run these numbers. So the very first thing I do is calculate what the hard money loan would be. That's 70% of the ARV. Now, ARV, for those who don't understand this lingo, is after repaired value. What will that house be worth once we put the repairs into it and it's in pristine condition, ready to be rented out? Well, that ARV times 70% in this particular situation would be 70,000. Now, this individual's hard cost is the purchase price plus the repairs. So that's 60 plus 15, that's 75. As you can see, they're about $5,000 over what the hard money loan would be, but they're still covering the majority of their hard cost in this transaction with the hard money loan.
So they're really only covering about $5,000 out of pocket for their loan.
They're only making up for the difference. And I'll explain why they're bringing that to the table here in just a minute. But they bring that plus your closing to the table. And in this particular scenario, maybe about $5,000 or so for a hard money closing. So you're looking at about $10,000 out of pocket that way. Now, a conventional loan with the same scenario, which is 60,000 purchase price plus 15,000 in repairs, you're going to have to put the repairs out of pocket because a conventional loan doesn't allow you to wrap the repairs up in it. 60,000, there's a 20% down payment. Now that's 12 plus 15, so you're already into it. 27 there, some closing costs. It's going to be 31.
Wow.
A little over $30,000 for that. Traditional financing. Now there's a big difference between $10,000 out of pocket and $30,000 out of pocket. Now let's take that a step further though and say, okay, well, what does this do to my cash on cash return? Well, anytime you're leaving less money in the transaction, your cash on cash return, the percentage is going to grow. So your ROI, or return on investment, in the first year, if you do a traditional loan, is only about 17%. Now that's not bad, Sam, because if I come to you and say, hey, I've got an investment here, and you can put, 30,000, 31,000 into it, and you can get 17%, you would probably think, well, if it's a good, solid investment, that sounds pretty good.
Yeah, absolutely.
But if you turn around and look at this with only a $10,000 cash outlay, you're going to minimize because you're using the equity in the property to help fund the transaction is what it boils down to with a hard money loan.
So it's not my credit that's doing it, it's the value of the property, correct?
Yeah, it's more of an asset-based loan. We're still going to look at your credit because if you're buying this as a rental property, we need to make sure that you are financed or you can get your takeout financing on the backside.
Okay.
That's why, so far, knock on wood, that we have a 100% success ratio getting people into hard money and out of hard money loans.
Okay.
Your cash on cash return on the hard money loan, because it's only $10,000 out of pocket, would double. It would go up to 33%. So now you could take that same 30,000, do 3 transactions with it, of the same situation and now get 800 plus cash flow coming out of it rather than just that one property at $400 cash flow.
That makes perfect sense. Okay. Well, that about covers it. Thank you so much, Cary
Thanks,
Donham, for
Sam.
coming on the show. I'm Sammy Sadler.